By the way, what got the machine so busy on Bitcoin this morning? That was a nice thing to wake up to. I mean, I always find when I'm long Bitcoin and it's going up, those two things are much appreciated at the same time. I can empathize with why these maxis are so maxi, right? I mean, you make so much bloody money when it goes vertical that especially if you're used to like bonds and currencies and other things, like things that would diversify your risk. It's just I never know why. I mean, I don't need to know why, but if there is a why, I was kind of hoping you'd tell us.
Yeah, look, I think I could probably talk about a few potential reasons. I mean, one is, as we've talked about, I still do believe that there's this sort of broader, quadrennial framework, and we're still in the right, point in that quadrennial framework, where
Can you tell people, by the way, that are new to the call and or crypto and Bitcoin? No, actually, it's really a Bitcoin specific issue or topic. Can you tell them what that is?
yeah, sure. Yeah, the original design of Bitcoin, essentially, one of its properties is that in order to secure the network, there's proof of work, there's mining. That basically means that there's computers that are working, competing with each other to solve essentially a mathematical problem in order to process the next round of transactions. So every 10 minutes, a batch of transactions gets processed, and there's a reward for the computer that successfully solves the problem first. And in the beginning, when Bitcoin started, the reward was 50 Bitcoin for whichever computer solved that problem first. And in the original design of Bitcoin, every 210,000 what are called blocks, so a block just means a block of transactions, every 210,000 blocks, and that works out to roughly every 4 years because it takes about 10 minutes to solve a block. The reward is cut in half. So initially, for the first 4 years, it was 50 Bitcoin was the reward for every block. Then 210,000 blocks later, it was dropped down to 25. Then from 25 to 12 and a half, then from 12 and a half to 6.25. In April of last year, that 6.25 was dropped down by half to 3 1/8. So the current reward for mining a block of Bitcoin is 3 1/8 Bitcoin. So what the sort of historical framework has been is that in the year to year and a half following those halving events, that's what it's called when the reward gets chopped in half. The performance of Bitcoin has tended to be very strong because the supply and demand dynamics are significantly altered, right? The incremental supply of new Bitcoin being created through the mining channel gets cut in half. The demand either remains the same or even goes up. And so that produces a very, sort of recurrent, strong performance period. Again, typically 12 to 18 months post that halving event. Then, you go into the crypto winter period, which tends to be a year or so following whenever that peak is. And that tends to happen every 4 years, i.e. the quadrennial cycle, just because of the pre-programmed nature of the reward halving schedule. So that's a little bit of quick background on why that's the case. So yeah, we're still in a good point along that framework. The second element to it would be the quad backdrop. So really the only quad that Bitcoin backtests really poorly in is quad 4. The quad that it backtests the best in is quad 3. And interestingly, on a monthly basis, we have for May quad 3, we have for June quad 2. Quad 3 is especially strong for Bitcoin. Quad 2 and quad 1 are both very strong for Bitcoin. So I think that's a factor. And then, of course, on your signal, the trend signal has turned bullish on Bitcoin a little while back, actually more than a little while back at this point. It was very early on picking that inflection back toward bullish trend up. So I think those are the factors. Fundamentally, there's just It's pretty impressive, frankly, this sort of steady stream of headlines around just widening adoption fundamentally of Bitcoin. So, from different institutional pockets, broadening out, incrementally adopting to, in the United States, you have a number of states that are moving toward establishing strategic Bitcoin reserves. A number of countries around the world just continuing to sort of move in that direction. So, just keeping up with the headlines, the general trend remains in the direction of, broadening, widening adoption. So I think that's the sort of broader backdrop.
There are three big reasons for me to own Bitcoin, right? Like, what are the three reasons to get up in the morning? One, it's time to get up. Two, I want to get up. And three, I got shit to do. Okay, there's a pretty good reason. Do I need to overthink that? I mean, Bitcoin, three reasons. Signal, just like the alarm clock. Signal says buy it, Quad says buy it, and fundamental backdrop on the supply side of what Steiner just walked through says buy it. Okay, buy it. I don't have to spend the rest of my life telling you how smart I am about Bitcoin or about getting up in the morning.